Alrighty, we are live, hopefully. Oh, and I didn't realize that my webcam's not full screen, so just for the intro. Here we go, there. Just blah, blah, blah. Anyways, welcome everybody, welcome to the stream. Stream time is stream time. So today, I'm doing a little something different. I decided to do, a little critique video and like a little tips and tricks stream, sort of like going back on my old MLP and IRL videos, listening to goods, listening to bads, and you know what could I have done differently about everything about them, and also give you guys some tips on like how I have done some MLP and IRLs before. So welcome everybody in chat. So I mean I guess we can go ahead and get started. If this stupid my headset's like giving this weird glitchiness something. Okay, so we're gonna boot up our first video, and you notice how I'm using the desktop thing because well anyways, so we're gonna start out with this one. It's just a simple one that I've done, and this is something. Jesus. Okay, something's not going well with my headphones. Like it's just this is something I don't know. If something goes wrong with this, it's something to do with probably my speaker setup. I'll probably just have to plug it into the headphone jack on my computer in a bit. But anyways, so this is like one of the first few NRLs I've done. It's not really an original idea. Like it has been done before by some other people. But it's just a very simple one. It's just Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie sleeping. So going into this, at first glance for like one of the first few things I've done with, because I think this is the first time, if I remember, I think this is like one of the first videos I've done in After Effects. So things to take away from this, you know, you got solid masking around the Rainbow Dash here on Pinkie Pie, like from like where the blankets are coming up. You got some nice shadows going on too, like especially casting on Pinkie Pie. And again, it's a very simple drop shadow effect. You know, it's not like very technical, like, you know, 3D 3D shadows or anything like that. It's just a simple duplicate layer, a drop shadow, and bam. What I would have done differently today was definitely give the pony shading effects, and we'll go over that pretty soon because I start using that technique a little bit more later on in my later videos. Okay, next one. Now, I do have some other videos on here, but I'm not going to go over those because we don't talk about those. Okay, so we got this one here. It's just this is like another sort of like test one. Just some very simple, just pony shots. Just you know, it's just testing and whatnot. Gotta love that tracking. Yeah, this one, not really proud of. Oh, hey, Little Shay's in here. Nah, we just got started right away, so you guys are in perfectly timed. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yeah, we'll go back into that in a sec. Okay, so one thing I already say about this is, so I wanted to use this to make Applejack look like she made the shot, but as you can see, we go frame by frame. I didn't mask the ball to go into the basketball hoop, which I should have done, but it just looks like it missed, and it just cut over here, and just looks like, yeah, cool enough. Oh, man. Yes, ponies have like a green screen. Okay, so I'll go ahead and note about this. Actually, I'm gonna bring this up. Let me go ahead and find the channel. So yeah, for the old MLP and RL videos, I would frequently use green screen ponies, which is a channel run by Little Shy, which is also in the chat too. You can go here. There's tons of pony green screens that you can use to your liking, like mainly for like you can find it for some pony music videos, or in this case MLP and RLs. And of course some of my green screens are on here too, like for example Rainbow Dash, getting mad and angry and all that such. There's a couple of ones I made. I think it's mainly Rainbow Dash, and there's one extra I did. Yeah, it's this one. I remember doing this one. It's just, I think it was supposed to be for, this green screen was supposed to be used for an MLP IRL movie I wanted to make, but of course ultimately it led to the cancellation. Okay, so going back to this video, so one thing I'll obviously say here is that I didn't get the proper shadow effect. I kind of just like the duplicate shadow layer and just like ankle it. But the thing is, it should be reacting correctly to like I wouldn't definitely see her shadow here. You wouldn't definitely not see it because since she's mostly in the shade according to the lighting, like you got some lighting like kind of going on right here, but I wouldn't drop a shadow like right here where you're clearly seeing it. There should be no shadow. Like there should be barely just a nice fuzzy shadow under her feet, and that would have been it. Same thing for Luna here. Like you can see like there's a little shadowy thing around here. Actually, I have a pin thing. I got this for the stream. So like right around here, you know, you see like there's like a little dark shadow right behind Luna. You wouldn't honestly see that. You would probably, I would probably just have a little nice fuzzy shadow there. That's what I would have done. Yeah, this thing will be up. Yeah, the stream will be up on like my list of live streams, so you can come back and watch this if you need to. Okay. Now, obviously, in this next shot here, so obviously, one thing is them walking. Twilight is walking a little too fast, and it looks like her feet is slipping. And Applejack should definitely be walking fast. Like she's giving a trot cycle and should be obviously walking very fast. And obviously the scaling could have been a little bit more adjusted too. Like I think they're too big, especially for Spike. Just little things like that. I'm curious about this next shot here. I don't know. It's just a random shot I wanted to do, just a rarity. I don't know. I think I was just like looking up green screen clips, and I was just like, yeah, that works. Or like just like looking up something, just think of something that I could do the film. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing really special about this wise. Okay, so this one's an interesting one. So I don't know what came the idea of doing this. I think I was just listening to the video and then. Okay, yeah, I think we'll stop. So, oh god, I hope I don't get copyright claim for this. I didn't even think about that. Damn it. Oh well, it's okay. But yeah, so obviously some things here. For like the first two shots, they're not that bad. Like I would say, like I mean the shadows are okay. Like maybe I would probably adjusted it to like where it's the shadows are angled off the wall. Or that, and of course doing the classic shading effect that I do. I think these were like actual GIFs. I don't think it was from a video. I can't remember, but anyways. And yeah, the whole time was me. It was like, oh god, maybe it's still playing on my computer. I gotta stop it. And I turn around, he's not there, and then he's on other day, and there's like a. I try to like mask my bed around here. Didn't end up well. Because like you can see like it's like shifting really weird here. So I mean, obviously the masking could have been done better. And of course, like the lighting thing that I was trying to do, I think it was like some kind of like spotlight effect, like you can apply on a layer. But like if it's, I don't know, for some reason, like if it gets like a little too far off, like if you don't animate the spotlight, the parts of the layer or whatever will get dark. That's what in the results of like why you see it so dark. But again, it could have been like, actually, good point is the tail could have been affecting his leg. That's why it's dark. So I mean, that's good one way to explain it. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Hang on, there's a. Oh, okay, that's it. No, nothing. Okay. And this is just another simple one I did. It's just a double rainbow. Finding some green screen clips of Rainbow Dash flying around, and then doing a double rainbow. Just simple stuff. Back from May 2nd, 2014. What would I do different? Well, again, aside from the shading stuff that I would have done, it's honestly not that bad. I think the thing that was what I've done is probably like the blending layer that would have applied on the double rainbow, sort of. I think because I like. Oh no, not going back to that video again. Sorry. But anyways, honestly, I got nothing much to say about it. I mean, it's just a simple one. I mean, just very little few changes here and here. Okay, so now we're gonna get into some interesting ones. So this is do the flop, and I'm gonna make sure. I'm hoping everybody can hear well. I mean, hope the audio's been go good. Okay, so for this first one, I will say I think I dubbed my voice over like the music thing for some reason. I don't know why I decided to do that, but I think, and I'll explain a little bit. Well, obviously, one thing was I would get rid of my voice in there. I don't know why I did that. Okay, so I wish I would stop going to the next video. I wish I can stop that. Anyways, so again, this is like another one where there's like barely any critiques I have for it. Now the one thing I will say, this is like the old green screen where you weren't able to see Derpy's head. So I would. There was a new green screen that then came out for the flop one where you'll see her head actually being squished to the ground. So, which you'll see in a bit. So that would take care of the head problem. Other than that, it's really nothing. But now I want to do the flop too. And yeah, do I need to say more really? So it was around this time, a buddy of mine, named Master Ramo, originally named Fenzon Dude 117, he was making a Do the Flop collab, and I wanted to participate in it, so I wanted to contribute something. All three of the Do the Flop videos I've done, they're on his collab. So it's that first one and this one, and then the next one, which we'll watch. So interestingly, what I would do about this is, honestly, I don't know. I would obviously, one thing, I would just get rid of this abomination here. Like, hang on, this abomination here can go. It can just go. I don't want it. I just kept it on the channel for some reason. But anyways, let's see. So, I mean, one thing that would change is probably maybe lower the opacity on the shadow. Just mute the music real quick. Now, one thing I will say is, like, when you see the cutout of me, if you go frame by frame, and then it switches to the actual, like, footage of me getting ready to, like, moving around, you'll notice, like, the video, I don't know what that did for, like the video gets darker. What I should have done is I should have blended in, fading in into that, or at least brightening up to where you wouldn't notice that change of brightness. And stop doing that. Just so I can go frame by frame. So I mean, that's like the one thing I would say about that. Other than that, I just got nothing to say about it. I'm just gonna move on. So we'll go on to Do the Flop 3. It's another simple one, and this is like sort of like the last minute before the collab for Fenzon Dude 117 was about done. And then you see me running away. I just wanted to get away from it. This was like the last clip that was shown on the collab as a way to end it.
Where'd he go?
And then
I'm sick of you and your goddamn bullshit music. Son of a...
And that was, yeah, I just get attacked by Derpy. Again, obviously from like shading stuff I would have done. I mean, this one's perfect as it is. Like I like good tracking, and you know, proper shadows. I think maybe like the direction of shadow could have been a little different. But other than that, honestly, it's a pretty decent MLP IRL. Let's see. I don't know what I would do about different. I mean, it's just where Derpy just pops up frame by frame and just attacks. That's it. Okay, what do we got next? Nightmare Moon. This one was just, honestly, no idea what I was doing for this, honestly. I think it was just like, I want to do something, make an MLP IRL or something like that. I mean, there's barely audio. And just some portal just appears, and I mean, there's barely much to talk about it. I just appear outside, and then Nightmare Moon's there. I mean, that's it, really. Like, I mean, like, again, there's like a bunch of videos I can just go back, and I'd probably just like, which I would tell myself to not do, because like, there's really nothing to it. So that's why. Okay, and we're gonna go into this one. This one was just a little, and this one was a very popular one for some reason. So this like was right around when I got this plushie of Twilight in the background over there. She's like at the end corner, as you can see on my webcam. I just like did a reaction here, and she was just like, nope, and that's it. I don't know, but apparently some people just liked it for some reason. I think I'm gonna skip this one because there's also nothing really to it. There's there's that one I skipped over, Snowdrop. I'm just gonna skip that one because it's just literally like 5 seconds of her in there, and that's it. There's nothing else to it, so I'm just gonna skip it. Okay, so now we're gonna get into some good stuff. This is like some of the stuff that I am kind of proud of, but of course, you know, I could have adjusted some things. But this one was the first one I ever done where I was able to animate, where I was able to use animate or Flash originally, Flash CC, and animate ponies. So this was like the first animation I ever done. Oops. So, yeah. I mean, I've never watched any of like, I never like got to sit down and watch like a full-on episode from G3, and I don't think I plan to ever. So yeah, Dream 4 for the win. So going into this, everything was pretty nice. Like, I mean, nice movement. The one thing I will say was hard back then was getting the ponies to animate sitting down. So that's why I kind of just like did this where she would just put her legs up on the chair and then just cut to her like adjusting herself on the seat. It's very simple. Skype on the monitor. Yeah, it's all the Skype there, but it's pretty old. And this is like on my old setup, by the way. So again, like, it's not bad for a proper like first animation I've done in Flash. And also I realized I grabbed like a PNG picture of like an Xbox, like a remote for some reason online. I was like, I'll just use that. I mean, it works enough, I guess, but I don't know, maybe I could have done, maybe just used a real remote or something like that I had. Other than that, just some bland stuff. I will say, the last bit here where the TV gets thrown out. Now, this wasn't that bad. Like, this first shot here. It's throwing out. Now, what we would have done differently is this next shot. I probably would have done what I would have done nowadays. I probably would do like a physics simulation of a TV like being thrown onto the ground and bouncing around on the street instead of like going shoom straight into the sky, because I don't know, I just don't think that it would have been realistic. Maybe I don't know what I would have done different about that. I mean, it was fine. Like, it's just a broken window and Twilight's looking out from the perspective of the bedroom. I probably would adjust some things here and there, like, other than that, it's nothing much. Okay, so now we're going to get into some more advanced territory. Changeling Zen. So this is a good one. This one I was legitimately proud of, because like I got to do some action-based stuff, and of course I got to do like a full-on length mini short. We're doing more animations instead of like just very short ones. But this one's only like 2 minutes, or 2 to 3 minutes. I like forgot like in this thing I wanted like I dressed up like as like a Division agent. If you ever heard Tom Clancy's The Division, that's where I'm getting it from.
I can't do anything. I'm pinned down over here.
What do we do?
Cause a distraction for me. I got an idea, okay?
Okay, whatever it is, you better do it fast.
Go, 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 go!
What are you? Ah!
Okay, so somebody in the comments saying, what happened to part 1 before Changeling's Inn? Now, I will say, there was a video kind of explaining, like, sort of explaining, like, where the Changelings came from and how we got into this battle. But that video is gone. And the reason why is because I don't want to mention much about it. But I will say, okay, well, yeah, he had, Ricker guy was, he's on point. Like, he's an old fan of the channel, so he knows what he's talking about. So yeah, Fun Time with Tyler. I mean, I would just completely forget the whole thing. But just to give you guys an explanation, Fun Time with Tyler was a thing, where I would like do some kind of like skit or something like that, with some character from the show. And in the second episode, I had Fluttershy with me. The basic episode was we were just going to go out in the nature and take some pictures of some animals and whatnot, you know, just research and whatnot. But anyways, when we got after the photo stuff, Chrysalis then appears out of nowhere, and we're just running for our lives. And then right after I was about to get attacked by a changeling, Twilight came in and teleported me away into the house or something like that. And then we start planning out like what we were gonna do, and that ultimately kind of led. That was actually going to be. That was like one of the kickers to one of my old short films, which is, let me bring up the picture. So some of the old fans here will probably get nostalgic for this, Battle of the Evil Queen. So this was a project, I will say, was probably like one of the most ambitious projects I've done. Like, probably like one of the biggest ones I've done in my whole career. But ultimately, it didn't go through because I was actually not really proud of what I was doing. Because I really didn't like the plot. I wasn't... The animations I was doing at the time weren't nearly as good as I was doing when I made this video, Changeling's Inn. And overall, it was just... Oh, sorry. It was just too ambitious. And that's why I sort of do small, but see what I can do to, you know, make it, make something good out of it. But I never wanted to do something that was like 30 minutes long or short, where it would require me to do a lot of animation. And so ultimately, bad plot and bad animation, that's why I wanted to cancel it. But anyway, since I canceled that, I decided to do something shorter. And that's what led to Changeling's Inn. So that gets you up to speed of where this video came from. But let's go ahead and finish it. also had something to say about the shooting times and whatnot of this video.
No!
Oh, yes. Now drop your weapon and surrender, or your friend here will die.
Huh. You think that's funny? Why not try laughing at this?
I forgot I had braces back then. I forgot about that.
You okay, Twilight?
Next time, tell me what your plans are gonna be before you go into action, please.
Done.
Yep, and that was it. So yeah, like I said, this was probably like one of my like top 3 best MLP and IRLs I've done on the channel. It's just I love like the action I got to do, and the animation was pretty fun. Let's see what I would say about these. So one thing I'll go ahead and say was the one thing I would change about it is like the way that the characters are shooting the lasers out of their horn. Now, what I would have done is like Twilight should be able to, like, if her horn's like this, she should have like bent down to where it's shooting pointed directly at the enemy. Like for example, like the first shot here, like where Twilight, you know, does this and charges, and it points sort of directly at the changeling. That's the one thing I would have changed about all this. So let's see what we got. You know, same thing with the changeling here. Like I should have his head tilt down just to do that. But again, I was still new to animation, so like I couldn't have done that. But I would have definitely now done it. Let's see. Yeah, I think the one thing I would say is the energy gun thing I had. I would speed up the bullets because they feel a bit too slow. It should have been like blazing fast. And you know what? I think now it's a good segment now and to talk about some shading. Like, so I'm going to tell you guys a little secret, or just tell you like how I do my shading, in After Effects. So I'm going to pop up. Okay, so we're here. So we're going to go into, let me just create a new composition real quick. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to grab just a picture of something. Do I have any vectors? You know what, I'm just, no, I can't use that because that transparency thing doesn't work. I can't remember. Here, let me switch over to camera real quick while I browse a picture real quick. So let's see, pony vector. Okay, yeah, this is perfect. Okay. We'll just grab this one and save it. And bring it in After Effects. Okay, now we'll switch back. Okay. So I have this picture of Rarity. So what we'll do is I'm going to teach you just standard shading. So what we're going to do is have 3 layers, but we're going to rename them. I'm going to rename this middle one called Shadow. And then this one right here, Matte. And you'll see why in a sec. And of course, you can just name this one to Plate or something like that. Just name it the original. So let's turn off all the layers. So what we're going to do for the first one on Shadow, we're going to go to an Effects. We're going to go to Perspective, Drop Shadow. And then do Shadow only. And then for the distance, you just want to keep it at 0. And then opacity depends on how intense you want your shadows. Like if it's like a really like bright sunlight and you got like very like dark shadows, you know, in your scene or whatever, you want to change it depending on what the scene is like. And for matte, what we're going to do is we're going to go to here, track matte down here, and we're going to do alpha inverted or alpha matte depending on the angle of the camera, which I'll explain in a sec. But for right now, we'll just do alpha inverted matte. So in the matte layer, select it, and then we're going to do a blur effect. And you'll start to see the results in a sec. Hang on one sec. I think I did this. Okay, here we go. Okay, so like that. So yeah, I just bring up the shadows for a bit. So basically what this means, and then you'll move the matte layer to where you want it, depending on the light direction of where your character's hitting. Like for example, so as you can see on my camera, I have a light source, my lamp to my room right here, and it's hidden kind of like behind me. So what we want to do is, depending on the lighting, you'll want to choose a different alpha matte. And like for example, if I did just like the first one, alpha matte, and not the inverted one, the shadow will be like in front of her, and then you can angle it to where it looks like a light is hitting behind her. So like the sun is like right over here, and like, Jesus, I had a brain fart there for a second. I'm sorry. But yeah, it all just ultimately depends on where your lighting is and what effects you want to use. So like, let's say the light is in front of her. So now the shadows are going to be like kind of like behind her, and then you just move the matte around. It's very simple stuff. Now, of course, you can get into more details if you want. Like for example, Storm XF3, like he like does a really neat job of like where he like makes the shadows and whatnot. Like here, let's take a look at one of his latest videos. Like for example, Dojo's Adventures. Like, see like how detailed he gets in with like his shadows. I think what I would done about it is, which I'm guessing that he does, is he mask individual parts of the body and pieces, like the hair, the horn, and the part of the ear, and he gets like he just does like a lot of masking just to get like those good shadows. Now, obviously, like if you're like on a time thing or whatnot, you can go like just a little faster way and simple way by just doing just this thing. It's very simple. You don't have to like do a bunch of, you don't have to like spend a lot of time making a bunch of masks just to get a bunch of individual pieces. But again, it would look nicer if you did do that, like Storm does. Now, one thing you can also do, and this is sometimes what I've done recently, is add some highlights to the character. So like what I would do is I would duplicate the layer. I'm going to rename this shadow to highlight. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to change that, this drop shadow to white. And then I'm going to move the matte to make it look like she's got some highlights. See, it gives like that, just that little nice detail, like bouncing off the character. And it's just very simple. So that's just sort of a basic principle, like how I would go about doing some shading. Again, I don't know if I'll never do an MLP IRL again. I might, but we'll see. So what's going on next? Now, one thing I will say about this video was that this was shot, I think, in January or something like that. And I shoot it at different times because, as you can see, like one shot is completely like sort of like normal weather, and then you'll see a shot of me here and it's snowing. Like, that's the one thing I should have done. I should have been consistent with when I shot things at. I think it's because like it was getting too snowy. I stopped, and then I came back later and then finished up the scene then. But then that's something I should have definitely kept an eye on there. Okay, not now watch, sorry. My watch is telling me to get up and move. But anyways. So yeah, I think I was supposed to get some different voice actor to voice for Chrysalis, but I mean they weren't available, so I had my buddy MC Jam on board to help me with that. So let's see here. I don't know what. Other than that, I think this was also the first time I've used Blender for this, because I took a Blender 3D object of this pickaxe and I just did a rotate animation and then just placed it in After Effects. Simple stuff. Other than that, let's see what we got. Now for this, I would definitely say what I did for this shot, well, it was all right. I mean, it was pretty good. I mean, you know, I think I was probably running out of time or something like that because I wanted to get this out. I couldn't remember all much about the production of this, because it was years ago. It's 2016. But anyways, for this shot, what I would have done is there are like, as you can see, there are like on the characters. I added like a grass picture to act like it looked like it would blend into the grass. But what I should have done differently is use the grass picture as a mat instead of just placing the picture in there, because you know little grasses move, you know, according like you. It's just like it doesn't blend in well, and it would have blended a lot better if I just did like a mass clip of the characters. So that's what I would have done different, and of course like fix the tracking a bit because it's not perfect here because you can see the characters shift and whatnot. I even have like a breakdown video of like some of the stuff here, like here. I think. Let's see. Yeah. It also goes into more about like the things I've done. Like I just showed you the shading and whatnot, so you can go back and watch this. Marks, blur, and see, yeah, Blender. This is where I had that pickaxe there, and just there, evil pwn and shading and all that, and yeah, just another breakdown video. Okay, let's go on to the next one. So this one's called Rainbow Dash's Flash Puppet. So let's just give it a watch. Okay, I think the one thing I'll say about this is like I should have like made a little properly structured of like what was going on. So the idea was like I was working on an animation and then I hit play and then like I took a break and would go do something while the animation was still playing. That's why it like gets into like Rainbow Dash is noticing the animation later on. So that was basically the idea. And what I would have done here is like show the drink a little bit more as if like she was looking for the drink, because you can't really see what she was looking at. But of course, I mean, you'll see like the empty bottle being from. That was the one thing I did to fix that. But I could have adjusted the shots a little bit more.
Is that me?
I also am noticing the little dot in the center of the screen here, like here. There's like a little dot there. That has something to do with my old camera for some reason. There was something on it, and I think I tried to get rid of it, but I just couldn't figure out where it was coming from. But there's like a little dot in like some of my old videos.
Me?
And then minutes later, Rainbow Dash is like playing with the. And then she like notices like the file Rainbow Dash Flash.
So wait a minute.
Yeah, dead pixel. That's probably what it was. Yeah, let me go back to that.
Am I a fake?
Maybe. And then Rainbow Dash destroys the computer, and all of my hard work gets destroyed. And obviously, I don't think smoke would come out of that, to be honest. I think maybe just a little puff of smoke, and probably, like, you know, sparks, maybe. But I don't think smokes will come out of that thing. And that's it, really. Okay. Now, let's go into... Yeah, I guess we can talk about this one. Now this one is not like not original idea. Again, this is kind of like based on like Storm's music video things he's done. And I wanted to do that because I went on a beach trip and I got some shots that I wanted to do and make this into a video. That's what I did here. But the thing is, the camera is so bad quality. Like I can't. The noise detail, it's just very low. I think I upscaled it. No, it's 720p because the camera I used on this one was like 720p. So yeah, sorry about like the very bad quality on this. And this was like, I think one of the first few times where I did a walk cycle from a different angle on like this Fluttershy shot here. And I think I did some green screens on this as well. Like, I made my own green screens, but I just never released them. Oh, and yeah, on this shot right here, on the walking thing, there is a clipping error of the mask shadow here, as you can see. Like, it's very hard to see. You can go back in the video. If you go back on this video and look, you'll see, like, the shading area. The shading error of, like, rarity shadow, I think. So that's like one area that I didn't pay attention to. And I think what I did different. Oh, and yeah, so interestingly, so like when there's like some highlights here, you know, like from the shadows, what I would do when the characters walk over them, I would create a mask out of those highlights and use that as like where their shadows appear. And I think I did that a couple times in like some newer videos, and I think I did it for another shot here. Like, for example, here, too. Like, where the highlights are hitting, I would use that as, like, a clipping mask for the shadow. And all that such. This here. And I think what I did to get Pinky behind all of this, like, trees and stuff, whatnot. This looks great. Thank you. Yeah, and all that such. But for how I got Pinky behind these trees and whatnot, I literally did like a do you key to hide? Yeah, that's essentially what I did, and that's what I'm doing in this shot too, where Pinky's behind these tree branches. I took a key and I like just get like the brighter parts of the image in this area, and then I would use that as a mask, like as Pinky's behind it. And it's the same thing, too, with, like, how I got these highlight shadows of, like, where the characters are clipping into. If that makes sense. I do wish I had some footage to play with, like, just to show you how I would do it. And now this is also another big example of, like, that masking the highlights and using it as a clip mask for the shadows. And I also would try to mimic the lighting, on the character. Like, as you can see, there's like as she comes out of the shadow, there's like some lights hitting her face. I would create some like mask and just try to like make it as close as I can to what I'm seeing on the ground here. That's what I would do. That's how I would have done, like making like a shadow mask of highlights or something like that. I'm like a little bit like I feel like I'm talking too fast, you know, because I did just get back from doing something today. Rest of the stuff, I mean, there's not much to say. I think this shot here, I think they should have been a little bit more bigger. I think somebody pointed that out in the comments, like they were just like giving this some critiques. Oh yeah, this shot right here, I think I remember. On this blimp here, there's my OC, I think, and I think MC Jam's in it too. Her and our OCs are in there, I think. Because you can see the blue, like the blue color in there, and there's something next to it. But it's very hard to see because the video, I had to like make the video like it was blend-ended within the video, you know, bit rate or something like that. Or that could have been just the YouTube compression, to be honest. Some stuff, and that's pretty much it for the video. Oh, and yeah, fun thing about this last shot here, I probably should have included that because on this beach, when I was filming on this day, there was just a lot of dead jellyfishes there. Like there was just like hundreds of jellyfishes on the beach, and I don't know why. Like so, there's you probably won't see them very well, but there's like some here and here that I definitely remember I'm getting. But there was just a bunch of dead jellyfish, and I mean, I wish somebody like some oceology or something like that. I don't know. Maybe explain it to me. Like, I don't know, like what could have caused these jellyfish to be dead. Like, I don't know. It was so bizarre to look at. There's some shells in here, and there's just some jellyfish. It's just very hard to see again because of the video. But I remember that when I was there, it was just a bunch of jellyfish. Okay, so things to do die. Yeah, but that doesn't explain like why is there so many? There's like hundreds of them on the beach, and like near this one area, there's just like a group of them. It's so bizarre. I don't know. Okay, so this is we're not talking about ocean stuff. We're talking about ponies. Let's just move on with that. This one, there's not much to say. I mean, so I think it was during the day. It was a very stormy night, and I think it was just like very dark, and I was alone at the house, and I was like, would it be a cool idea just to make something like a little spooky, scary, like found footage, like MLP's thing. So we're just gonna scrub through because there's not a lot to talk about these footage. It's just me walking around, you know, trying to like. So like the first thing is like the fridge is open. And then I close it. And if we go frame by frame on this thing here. See, there's one person right there and it moves. And it's Starlight. Just letting you guys know if you didn't figure that out yet. But, just moving on. That's it. Like, you have to, like, go in, like, frame by frame just to see, like, these, the little hints there and there. Of, like, what you're seeing. So, we're going to go on to, let's see. This part, I think. Okay, so I look around. Okay, and then we'll just go frame on frame on that. And frame by frame, it's Pinky. If you can tell by the thing. And I also showed the frame of Pinky just so people would see what that was, you know. And yeah, there's that, and that's also Pinky running in the background here. There. I think I remember that being my sister's car. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like simple glitches stuff I found. So now this next shot here, probably like one of the favorites I get to do. Let's just watch it. Yeah. I think it was pretty cool. I wasn't really sure, like, when I filmed this, I wasn't pretty sure I wasn't able to be able to do the tracking very well, because I had nothing to track on it, so I had, like, probably, like, frame by frame, but I have, like, these little, leaf things, or some decorative item here to use as a tracking thing. And it's just, I don't know, it's just, wow. It's just, I love it. I don't know why. It's just probably, like, one of my favorite shots I got to do. I think the only thing is probably like make the shadows a bit darker, because it is a bit lighter than like the shadows you see on like the corridor. Like when I come out, like see the shadows here are darker, but on Fluttershy it's like very like light shadow. Like it should be a lot darker. That's the one thing that would change about this. So yeah, that drop effect, I kind of just like mimic the movement of like going down the stairs and then just rotating the camera. That's how like I did like that whole shot, just to make it look like I was falling down the stairs, like because I got so scared. And then, like you see me here, I like land on the ground. Like let me go back to that real quick. Like see, I'm on the ground, and I just like roll the thing and then move to the position, and then just cut to me like falling onto the ground like that. That's just if you were curious. And that's it. Yeah. I was thinking about a couple weeks ago it would be cool to do a sequel of this, like another found footage thing, but make it a bit more intense. It would be really cool, but I mean, I missed the time frame, and I wasn't be able to share. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to get something done in time. But I don't know. Maybe that could be a potential idea for the future that I could do. Like do a sequel to this stain, like the Cookie Apocalypse is back. Okay, so now we're gonna get on to the last two, and they're pretty big ones. So here we are on the 10,000 subscriber sub special, Rainbow Dash's special plan. I will say I do have a lot of problems with this one. I will say. Well, maybe not a lot, but it's just some problems I wish I really would have gone back and fixed. So yeah, you got proper shading and, lighting and all that.
That's it! Come on, Tyler. How much longer is it going to take you to finish your lame
Oh
homework?
man, I forgot, I have the Assassin's Creed, fat heads, on my wall. I don't have those anymore. It's just blank now.
Just give me 10 minutes and I'll be done, alright?
But I'm so bored. I don't know what to do. Can't you just take a break so we can go do something outside?
I said just give me 10 more minutes and I'll be done for now, okay? In the meantime, why don't you go check up on our YouTube status? I'm pretty sure a lot of people have unsubscribed to us due to lack of uploads thanks to college.
Fine.
Yeah.
Alright.
Now that one, this shot right there, that was probably one of my favorites because I don't know, it looks so seamless. It's it looks like she's actually lifting up the laptop. I don't know, it's pretty cool. And again, I did the same thing like I did with the Twilight Watches Gen 3 video, where I was still not able to figure out how to probably just a very complicated animation to do. And oh, this is a message. But yeah, so I did lift the legs up to the top of the chair and then just cut to her already sitting down, because it would just be very hard to animate her look like she's getting ready to sit down and whatnot. But
Let's see how we're doing.
What? What is it? I swear to God, if this is another prank video you're trying to show me.
And then she knows me. 10,000 subscribers! Actually, where are we at right now, actually? We're at 25.5k subscribers. This is weird.
This is the best day ever!
Yes, yes it is. Alright, screw my homework. We got a video to make.
You're just 10,000 subscribers. Okay, fuck the homework. We gotta make a video. I don't know.
Go get your camera and meet me outside. I've got something cool that we could do.
And also, a little secret hint here. There's an Easter egg right here. If you guys didn't notice, it's a thumbnail of one of my old videos. It's Changeling's End. If you guys didn't know that. So, let's go with that. Okay, let me get out of this.
Alright, give me 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I think there was an error here. Cutie mark is in the crest of Rainbow Dash's butt, as you can see. Hang on, let me... I don't know if I can see. It's just very hard to see, but in here, you can see her bit of her cutie mark there. So that's an animation error. So yeah, and then there's the notice. Fallen footage recorded been corrupted. Blame Rainbow Dash because of it. I'm just going to skip over to the good stuff. This is just me talking about subscribers and whatnot. And then Rainbow Dash is getting ready to take me on an adventure.
What are you doing? Rainbow Dash, put me down! I don't have any safety equipment on me!
Don't worry. You're perfectly safe with me.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so let's talk about this thing before we get to another problem that I have with the video. So I think it was really cool to do this scene because I didn't know if it was going to work well. So if you guys are curious, if you guys didn't know, if you haven't watched the behind the scenes video, all of all the ground footage, this was shot in Google Earth VR. I used my VR headset to record the movement of the camera. Like I used the headset and just like moved it around as if like it was the camera perspective, and I used the controller to move it. And right around where Rainbow Dash here, let's see, move it. Right around where Rainbow Dash is sitting is a controller, the second controller, and I used that to track onto it to where we positioned me and Rainbow Dash onto there. Now I wasn't sure how I was going to do the body show on my body parts at the time. So what I did, I think I just took pictures on my body parts and I used that as for the compositing stuff.
Don't worry, you're perfectly safe with me.
I don't know. It's just like this is a pretty cool shot. I don't know, because like we're like high up, and this is like near one of the mountain areas. And fun fact, this is actually around the area I'm at. So,
You're perfectly safe with
I wanted like to be nearby. I don't like to want to be in like at Los Angeles or something like that. So I just like kind of pick somewhere near my area. And now we get into a problem that I do not like. So this was a rushed idea. So I was still confused, or I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to do to this scene. I think what I originally wanted to do was have Rainbow Dash fly too fast and the wind would picked up and I would fall off. But I just didn't know how I was going to be able to do that. So I went for the next best thing. And I wanted something just to hit us. And I think I wanted to be like a plane or something like that. But of course, like I was still like new to Blender, so I didn't know much about 3D CGI and all that what's not. Because this was still before I went to college. So I went and finished. But so then I was just like, one day I think I was editing this and I was just like, let's have a bird hit us. And I think these. I can't even remember what bird this is, actually. If anybody knows what bird this is, please let me know. I just found a bird picture online with their wings open, and I just like animated it flapping.
Please don't. Please go down, please. Oh God!
And that was it. And then that would just knock me to cause over and something like that. And then, so yeah, for this shot here. Yeah, I think that's the thing, because I don't think this bird can fly. That's the thing. I think that's why people are pointing me out. Okay. Anyways, so for this shot, I did the rotating the camera on Google Earth, and what I did was I had myself on the ground flat, and just to make it look like I was like falling or something like that. What I could have done was I got a stool or something like that, to make me float. And of course, if I had the budget for it, I would like get a wire rig or something like that and just have myself flailing in the air. But so yeah, that's how this shot went on about. You go frame by frame, you can see me like just like trying to like get close to the camera so I can grab it. Let me see if you see me one more time. Yeah, you see me, but very briefly because of the glitchy camera. Okay. And then Rainbow Dash comes in to save the day. I don't know. I think it just wanted to break the lens for some reason. I mean, it flew directly into the camera. That's the thing. That's how it broke it. I'm cutting.
Never, ever do that again.
Aw, come on. At least you're alive, right?
And there was a cat.
Right?
Because thanks to MC Jam for pointing that out in the comments somewhere. I think it was. It's somewhere. Well, I can't see because the camera, my webcam is like behind it. Yeah, here it is. By the way, love the cat scene at 309. There's like a cat right here. No, again, like I said, this is all VFX. So I was not in the sky. I was not doing skydiving. Although it would be cool, but I probably would be terrified to do it.
Gonna go ahead and.
So again, all of this is just VFX compositing. So I was not actually flying.
So much for watching, and again, thank you.
So that's 10,000 subscribers. And of course, it was pretty cool to get Lost Narrator on the project. So thanks to her for being on with it. All right, and we're gonna get into the last video. And then this is like another cinematic thing I did, kind of like with the island adventure that we just went over. This one where there are some hiccups here and there I wish I would go to. And of course, I think majority of everything, except for some stuff, were handmade like green screens that I did. But of course, they're not released. Like this, like this Applejack and Apple Bloom Scooter. Like I hand masked that. And so like I did like, so as I was talking about like the highlights and like making a mask of the shadows, this one's a good example of it. Although I wish I had, I think I have project files of this somewhere. I think I do. Hang on. One more. You know what? I think it's on one of these drives. Let me see here. I don't know if it's this one though. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take a little break from looking at the camera view while I. Oh shoot! I don't have any room. Hang on. I think it's on my other computer. So anyways, while I'm looking up this up, how's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are doing good. Yes, I do. Thing is, I don't know if I brought the files onto the drive. Okay, here, I'm gonna do this real quick. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this real quick, so give me 1 sec. I'm gonna switch to this webcam for now. See, there we go. Because I need to use one of my front panels to hook up a drive to it. I mean, I could put a drive behind the computer, but I'm not going to get up for this. Okay, here we go. Alright, let me see if it's on here by chance. Nope, I don't think so. Nope, damn it. It's on one of these drives, I know it. Because I think I brought it over to my computer at some point. Or maybe it was just the video itself. Because like for this, because I still have the files for this video and I can go over it. Show off some of the stuff I did. Because I mean, this is pretty good. I don't know if it's gonna pick it up. Here we go. And there's nothing on this drive. Damn it. Okay. Well, then what I'm gonna do is. I wonder how long this is going to take to transfer over the video stuff. Let me have a look at this real quick. Okay. Let's see. Copy. Paste. Let's see how long it's going to take. If it takes like 30 minutes or something like that, it's going to be... Yeah, it's going to take like 20 minutes or something like that. Darn it. You know what? Nah, I'm not going to do that. I just wish I could... Maybe I can just bring some of the files that I really need that I want to show off. The thing is, I would have to like find... You know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it. It's going to take too much time. I'm going to bring back the display of this camera. Here we go. Let's see. Yes, I know there's no card on the camera. Here we go. Well, if we'll just... Oh, yeah, that's right. I unplugged the camera. Well, anyways. Here we go. Should pop up any second. Here we go. There we go. Now I'm back. Let's just finish. But basically, what I was going to do was going to show you some of the layers I've done. Of like... So, like the older cinematic video I did, the brightest parts of the ground here, I used the key and eliminated all the brightest parts, and I would use that as a mask for the shadow. And as you can see, I also animated like where Twilight like steps into the light here, on like certain part, like trying my best to match it as closest to the scene. I masked out the parts where like it would shine very bright of where the light was hitting and whatnot. Now this one, I swear I masked it correctly. Like, as you can see, there's a straight up error here. Like the masking of these leaves here, I for sure masked it, but for some reason I think I accidentally rendered out without the mask on it, and so that was the one thing that I really got so pissed about for the shot. And yeah, we got me and MC Jam's OCs in here. We were just checking out stuff. And all that such. And of course I also did some original animation too. Like for this trick she shot here. That I animated that. It's cool as well. Mod. I think I chose mod for that because like there's like the rock deformation going on in this scene, so I was like, maybe this would be perfect for mod. So I just found a mod clip and just posted it in there. Yeah. And again, it's all just some simple stuff. Fluttershy sleeping on the rocks. Now this one, I think I wanted this clip to start a little earlier, but I think the masking was gonna get too complicated, so I was like, I started a little bit ahead, so like there's not much masking to do. There's like some masking going on right here, right around where Spike's sitting at. Such. And then, now this shot, now I do like this shot, but there's one thing I could have added that would make it a lot better. Was like when she lands in the water, I would like have splashes. I would have definitely done that. But I think I was just like, I wanted to get this done like fast enough, so I was just like, it's good enough. But yeah, I think that's the next thing that I would probably do. I wouldn't no longer try to rush things. I would take my time, critique every single shot, and you know, see if there's something I can do to improve upon it. Before like saying like this shot is completed. And that's it. The one thing I'd say about this was the location I went to shot this on. I wanted to go a little bit higher on the trail, but like, so let me find where that shot was. I think it's the mod rock shot. I think it's right here. So like the way the trail is, like once I got like halfway through, the other half of the trail was like it was like a mountain climb almost, and it was just getting very difficult carrying the camera gear and whatnot. So I got so tired, I decided to cut out for the day. Just went back, and then I went to one of my local creek places that was just nearby, and I shot the rest of the footage there. Like these shots here and this waterfall here, this was nearby, and all that such. But yeah, with that, we're at the end of the video. Yeah, we're at the end of the playlist. So, yeah. So yeah, that's over about 5-6 years of making MLP and RLs. I've definitely come a long way. And I would really love to do something. I would really love to do another MLP and RL pretty soon. And I'm gonna fix that camera right there. But yeah, I just don't know if it just depends on like what ideas I got rolling around. If it's as long as it's something short that I can do. But other than that, that's it. Well, thanks for tuning in for the live stream, everybody. Glad we got so many people involved. So I don't know when I want to do another MLP RL. I'll be honest with you. I just want to do one more, you know, for old time's sake. but just don't expect it anytime soon, or I don't know, just it just really depends on like what's going on in RL and whatnot. Maybe like once this whole COVID-19 stuff is over, once we get all past that, I'll be safe, or be fine enough to start shooting stuff outside and whatnot, so I can finally like do something. But anyways, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a day here. So, well, thanks to a lot of people for coming onto the stream. This is like the biggest audience I've had. We had like over 10 people for a bit. We're still at 9 viewers. We're 8, 9 viewers or something like that. But thanks for every single one of you for coming out. Hope you at least learned a couple of things. I honestly might do a full-on tutorial stream soon where I'll do like a full-on tracking scene, and you guys can follow along, and we can like make something. We can make a shot together or something like that. Like I might give you like the example files or something like that. But I don't know. I'll probably plan on doing something like that pretty soon or something like that. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and hope to look forward to seeing the next stream, gaming wise or something like that. I don't know what we'll do, but we'll do something. But thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.